Hey everybody, Aaron Blaze here, and it is Friday again, March 11th, and we are back for another live stream. And I'm going to just do some digital work today. It's going to be kind of a quick one. I'm feeling a little under the weather, and we're going to work for probably about an hour or so, and I'm going to take it easy the rest of the day.
Take it
Yeah.
easy.
But I want to cover a couple of things before I get started. First of all, April 9th, I'm doing my live animation workshop. It's going to be live online. You guys are going to be able to follow along. It's going to be really cool. One of the things that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be sending you guys out model sheets and everything you need. And I'm going to actually thumbnail out a scene, a shot. And you guys are going to get the thumbnails ahead of time so that we can spend the entire day actually animating. And I'm going to animate that shot and talk to you about the choices and why I made the choices I made and all that kind of stuff. And it's going to be this guy. If you go to my desktop, Dustin.
Yes.
There we go. Here we go. This is our little mountain man. This is a guy I created for my character design course. If you ever go to that, if you've ever gotten my character design course, you'll remember this guy. And he's really fun, really animatable. Here he is with his bear, Milo. Muskrat Jim and Milo. So I just thought he'd be a lot of fun to animate something too. So I'm going to come up with about a 5-second shot scene for him to act in. And it'll be dialogue. And we're going to go ahead and do that. So that's going to be April 9th. From about 11 a.m. in Eastern Standard Time until whenever, hopefully around 5 or 6 o'clock. I definitely want to get at least posed out in some rough animation in there so you guys can see how quickly you can get a shot through and get all the acting and everything you need. It's basically, I'm going to take you through my processes on how I did all of my character animation at Disney when I was there. So once again, April 9th, 11 a.m. Go over to creatureartteacher.com/live and you can get more information on that. It's going to be a good time. So check that out. And also I want to remind you that our 8 years, 8 days sale is still going on. This is our last day of it, although we might let it go a little bit more through the weekend. But I think this is our last day. So go on over to creatureartteacher.com where everything is 30% off and we've got a lot of stuff that's $8. It's 8 years, 8-day sale. We're celebrating our 8 years in business. So there you go.
Hard to believe it's been eight
I know.
years.
8 years.
I almost said 8 days for a second there.
What's that?
I almost said, I can't believe it's been 8 days.
Yeah. But it has been 7 days since the last time I saw you guys. And if you remember, I was doing that watercolor, that giant leopard watercolor. Well, I worked on it through the week and pretty much got it done. I think it came out okay with a few mixed results. I got a little impatient with it. I wanted it to be loose to begin with, but I think I got there's a couple things I would have done differently. But I like it overall. And I'm definitely moving on to the next one. But here it is here. Dustin's going to grab it. I'm pretty happy with it. Let me see if I can get out of the way. Oh, you're okay. You're not going to hurt anything. It looks terrible up on the screen there. It's all gray.
That's right. Yes, that's right.
Whoops. But here's that's the finished. Yeah.
Imagine it's a lot more colorful.
Yeah. Why does it look like that?
I think we just don't have a filter applied, maybe?
Well, go apply a filter.
Well, sorry.
So yeah. We should have had this checked beforehand. But this is it, nice and big. I love painting this big. I really enjoyed, getting in there and just pulling out the big brushes. And you can see the grasses. That's where I got a little bit experimental, but I used a lot of Frisket there, and it came out pretty cool, getting the light colors over the dark, and that was cool. Let's see what we got. How's that look? Did you change it yet?
Not yet.
We're going to try to get some better color for you because it's a lot more vivid than what it's coming out on the camera. Let's see here, and this is really big and awkward. But one of the great things about working in really heavy paper like this is you can see how stiff it is. It's like a big piece of cardboard.
There we go.
This is 300 pound. I said 350 pound last week. But this is actually 300 pounds. How does that look? Well, that's going a little lower. Right there. So there it is. My giant watercolor there, right there.
Yeah, right there. A little more to your right.
That way.
Yeah.
There we go.
Down.
Oh, down, down, down.
There you go.
There we are.
Right there.
So there it is. I think I had just the head, neck, and shoulders and front leg done the last time I saw you guys, and I did all the rest over the week. The painting took about 10, 11 hours. So that's it. There you go. So let's go ahead and put this up, if you could. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. There we go. We got into a bigger studio when I moved and I got this house, but that bigger studio got eaten up really fast.
That's kind of what happens, right? Like you get such a bigger space, you're like, I can do so much more.
Yeah.
And then you think,
So much more room for
more
activities.
stuff in here.
So much more room for activities.
And Nick is not here today, so it's just going to be me relaying questions, and I'm going to be trying to relay questions from YouTube and Facebook. So anyone on YouTube and Facebook, if you want to ask any questions, I will be more than happy to relay them.
So this here is a video we shot when we were in Africa. Just the opening frame of this video, I just love that pose, and I could see it being raining, and there's such a mood to it. I really wanted to just try a quick digital sketch of it. Here's the actual video, but it's that opening frame that really grabbed me, and I just love that attitude. But this is how you see the elephants out there. This is a big male, and they're usually out there all alone, just kind of wandering around. There's the sound of the Jeep. But that pose right there, I love.
It is quite nice.
It is quite nice. So I'm just gonna Genoa. I'm gonna bring that up here.
And from YouTube, do you have any tips for watercolor?
I've got lots of tips for watercolor. Matter of fact, I've got an entire watercolor course that's on sale now at creatureartteacher.com. You know, I mean, I can't give a single tip about watercolor is a huge medium in itself. And to say, you know, there's no one thing I can tell you about it. I've got, like I said, it's the entire course. The one thing I can say about watercolor, actually, I take that back. It's just, you know, be patient. Two things, actually. Be patient with it. And then let watercolor do its thing. Let it be watercolor.
Be patient, you must.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. From Facebook, do you commonly rotate your animation desk? If not, I was just thinking about buying an Acme peg bar and mounting it to my drafting table to do some hand-drawn animation. Is this practical?
Yes, I think that is practical. I don't rotate my animation that often. You can get away with not rotating it. For sure.
And to anyone that's asking about the flickering that's going on to the right hand of the screen, that's just the fan.
Oh, turn the fan off then if it's bothering people. It gets really hot in my office, and so I have a fan going, but
It's quite warm.
if it gets too hot in here, I'm going to turn it back on.
Hotter.
Yeah.
From YouTube, is this going to be a Tembo character?
Well, Tembo is elephant in Swahili, so yeah. But not Tembo from the movie, no. I just like the attitude, and I wanted to come up with my own little thing here.
from Facebook are going to watch Pixar's Turning Red today. Oh, did it just release today?
I guess.
Oh,
Sounds like it, doesn't it?
sounds like it. I forgot. Are they? Is that a Disney? Is that theater exclusive, or are they releasing on Disney Plus as well?
Disney Plus.
Disney Plus. Well, if that is the case.
Matter of fact, they're pretty upset about it.
Oh, they are.
Some of the employees, yeah, the filmmakers.
Have you gotten a chance to see the new Batman?
I have not.
Ah.
I want to see it.
Yeah, my sister Austin got to see it earlier in the week, and she said it was very long but very good. Like it was almost like 2 hours and 55 minutes, like almost 3 hours. So if you're going to see it, just make sure to make a lot of time for it.
There we go. The thing about elephants is that shape that they've got. They've got a nice ridge on the back. Here, I want to kind of push it.
From YouTube, how do you paint yellow shadows in watercolor?
How do you paint yellow shadows? Well, it comes down to value, right? So you want to make sure if you want if you want something to read as a shadow, then you have to have something that reads as light in there as well. And so if you want a yellow shadow, there's got to be something in there lighter than the yellow that's representing light. That's the only way you're going to get it to read correctly.
From Facebook, do you ever paint in gouache?
Very rarely. I'm not very good at gouache, and I should do it more. I don't do a lot of gouache.
Someone like my Yoda impersonation and is asking if we're excited for the new Obi-Wan show. Yes, I saw the trailer earlier in the week, and at first I was like, oh, it's got to be another fan-made trailer. But nope, it was the legitimate trailer, and it got me very excited. Hey, Gabby's here saying, "Good morning, guys. I'm just saying a quick hi and bye because I'm out eating breakfast. Anyone want breakfast?
Hey, Gabby.
Yes, please. I'll take 2 eggs and pancakes. Did you see a lion or a hyena hunt elephants, even their calves?
No,
No, we didn't see any of that.
no, that's super rare.
No, we saw a leopard and a cheetah hunt impalas. And we've come across cheetahs feeding on wildebeest horses or wildebeest kills that they made.
So what I like to do is just sketch. Like here, I'm just making up a little sketch. I want to do like little character studies.
From YouTube, what's on your mind with this piece you're doing right now? I know you talked about the quote unquote attitude of the elephant.
Right. Well, this one, when you get out there and you get, I like this one. This is something, there's something here I like. When you get out there and you get out in the rain, when the rain's really coming down out there, the elephants take this stance where they just let the rain pour on them. And there's just something there. They're so monolithic, you know. It's like they're this giant statue, and there's just something so primal about them. And I wanted to get that kind of feel. Yeah, I just want to move this over real quick and see.
Also from YouTube, I'm having problem with drawing in perspective. Is there any way I can improve on this?
Yeah, you just got to keep practicing. It's. I know it's a really lame answer, but that's the best way to do it. Is to just keep practicing, and the more you do it, the better you're going to get. And sorry, I'm just trying to get this here. You know, you got to understand the principles of the perspective as well. And once again, not to keep promoting myself, but I've got, you know, I started learning academic perspective. I started learning the academics of it when I was like 8 years old. So I've been doing it all my life. And uh, I've got a course on perspective at creatureartteacher.com. Once again, that's on sale as well. But it's you know, there's a lot to it to understand. It's not easy.
Martin Berger on Facebook is asking if
Martin Berger.
he's asking if I'm going to Europe too. I'm not entirely sure.
No, you're not.
Nope.
Not on this one.
Darn. Guess I'm gonna be staying home, scanning in all the sketchbooks.
Yeah.
From YouTube, hey guys, do you plan to have David Coleman back on soon? Really
Yes.
enjoy his animal character design course.
Yes, actually, we were going to have him this week, but something came up and he wasn't able to come on. But we're going to get him on soon in the next couple weeks. See, this is all right. I want to push it even more. Push it.
From Facebook, can I go back and forth between the script and the storyboard phase? I mean, if I'm not happy with the board, can I go back and rewrite the script, or do I just edit the storyboard?
You can do anything you want. You're the creator. You can do anything. Both. It's whatever you feel more comfortable doing. Sometimes you got to go all the way back to script. Sometimes when it's less of a change, you can do it. You can do it with just boarding. Usually, the more major of a change, you got to go back to script. Maybe it's here. Ah, shoot.
From YouTube, hello, Aaron.
Hello.
I know Glenn Keane was your animation mentor and is a faithful person. How has faith influenced your art career?
It hasn't. I've got my own personal faith, and that's my private. I don't answer questions about my faith. There you go.
Also from YouTube, could you do an art tips video about breaking down organic forms into simple shapes? I struggle with it a lot.
Say that one more time.
Could you do an art tips video about breaking down organic forms into simple shapes?
Oh yeah. Actually, that's what I'm trying to do right now. Like an elephant head is so complex. And so what I'm trying to do now is just find a nice, simple way of portraying it.
Ready for a new question?
Yeah.
From Facebook, Ellen Roll says, I purchased the ticket for your live event. Do you recommend we do any exercises with model sheets you're going to send?
Yeah,
to
I
be
mean,
better
if you want to animate along with me, then practice those model sheets so you can get the drawing down, so you don't have to struggle with any of the drawing.
And also from Facebook, is it good to learn storyboard as an animator?
Yes, absolutely.
I have 45 years. Can I still learn animate or no?
Yes, yes, you can.
Anyone can animate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have you seen the Carnival of the Animals?
The Carnival of the Animals. What was that? I don't know about that one.
Is that Netflix film that Tim Hodge helped storyboard
Not
with
sure.
the animal crackers, or is that different?
No, that's different.
From YouTube, what's your favorite fictional character to draw?
Um, I don't know if I have a favorite fictional character because I'm constantly just drawing something different every day. There we go. Now I'm getting enough character to this.
How do you add a specific personality to an animal character?
Well, it's you got to come up with that personality or trait or whatever, and what are the things that get that across? What are the attitudes that get it across? What is the attitude? And then what are the clearest ways of portraying that attitude? Those are the things you have to ask yourself. And often, obviously, they're the same things that on humans as they are in animals. So there we go, right there. Here, I want to push the.
And to the person who was asking about the model sheets to be prepared,
Be prepared.
uh, Nick just sent me a message saying that to anyone that will be joining in on the event, um, uh, there will be model sheets and scene thumbnails sent to everyone that are going to be participating 1 week beforehand.
Yeah.
So you'll have a week to be prepared. Is Elmer Fudd and Yosemite Sam appealing, and how would you describe them?
Yes, they're appealing because they're interesting. Even Darth Vader is appealing because he's interesting. That's one of the things I always talk about in my character design course is appeal. You can have a villain and still have appeal because that villain is interesting. Appeal equates to I want to watch this character. I want to see what happens with this character.
But when I read out loud, Elmer Fudd just instantly thought, ooh, who's your favorite Disney hero and who's your favorite Disney villain?
My favorite villain is still, it's got to be Maleficent. I just love Maleficent. She's generally, genuinely, thank you. Man, I kept wanting to say genuinely or generally.
Generally,
Generally, she is genuinely scary.
yeah. I mean, also she curses a baby.
Yeah.
But what about a favorite hero?
Oh, I don't know. Bambi. I love Bambi.
I always liked Phoebus from Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Oh yeah.
I always liked his character. Achilles, sit. From YouTube, the new live thing, is there something there to learn about old traditional animation on paper?
um, well, not this time around. I was debating on whether to do it on paper, but I wanted as much time to animate as I could, and I didn't want to spend a lot of time. I didn't want to spend a lot of time shooting, so we will do one on paper. If you want to follow along on paper, I think you'd be. I don't think there'd be a problem with you doing that.
Oh, someone on YouTube is asking, I have been a longtime member and fan. I have recently opened a small town studio and school. I underestimated marketing a new business so much. Do you have any advice?
Oh man, no, it's tough, man. It's yeah, that's marketing is our biggest part of our budget. It's the biggest part of our overhead is marketing. Getting people to know that we exist. And then doing these, finding free marketing anywhere you can through social media is huge. You know, this is why, and it also puts you in touch with your customers and your followers. We do this every week because I want to be in touch with you and I want you guys to know that I exist. So it's somewhat self-serving, but I also want you guys to know, I want to be in touch with you guys. So, anytime you can do something like this, if you have your own business, it's a huge help.
I say this is close to the uh, about asking about certain characters being appealing. But would you say that the characters from Black Cauldron are unappealing?
No, I don't know that they're unappealing. I just think that Black Cauldron's a bad movie. Some of them, yeah, I'd have to go in and really dissect it because there's some bad stuff in there.
Yeah, didn't that movie get like rewritten multiple times? And
Oh, it was just a mess from start to finish.
Huh?
It was a mess from start to finish.
So,
I've got really good friends that worked on it, so I don't want to badmouth it too much.
but do you? This is my own personal question about Black Cauldron because I, being a kid, I did enjoy the movie, and I don't know if I'll have the same reaction grown up now. But do you? What would your thoughts be about it being turned to either live action or
No.
a revamped?
No,
Like
there's
an
no
actual
there's no
story.
reason to.
No reason to.
No.
You think you just want to sell in today's?
It would no. Leave it alone. Don't try to revive a dead horse.
Leave it be. over. Hey, Becky Lockley from Facebook says, "Hi, it's Becky
Hey,
from
how's it going?
UK. Just ordered your live workshop again. I look forward to these every time and really enjoy them. Thank you so much."
Oh, thank you for ordering it. Very much so. They're fun to do. There we go. Just trying to put a little bit of character in this one.
From Facebook, uh, Julian Hester is asking, "Have you guys shared this link on the animation subreddit? There's a huge group for animation on Reddit."
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Reddit has a whole bunch of really big communities. It's just if I recall, Reddit is basically a giant forum hub for different activities and hobbies and
Yeah, I never go on there.
expertises, I guess you could say.
Elephant.
On YouTube, have you ever submitted an entry anonymously to a site like the 11 Second Club and had your animation critiqued?
No, I've never done that.
From Facebook, Alan Roll,
Hey,
if we want to share our work on Instagram or Facebook, what hashtags or accounts do you recommend us to include in order to tag you?
oh, I don't. I'm the worst at that. I don't know. What do you think, Dustin? I don't know. Well, I mean, my name, Aaron Blaze Art. Uh,
I'm sure Nick would be able to provide that sort of
I would just say my name, right?
or hashtag creature art
Yeah,
teacher
or Aaron Blaze Art.
or Airblaze art.
Yeah, I want this to be like a old, forlorn kind of. I want to close his eyes even more. He's almost asleep.
Dustin, how long have you been working for Aaron now? Oh, 6 years now?
It's been a while. It's been a while.
It's been a while since I have worked in this company.
I want that trunk to be squishy and heavy, kind of giving it weight sitting on the ground there.
From YouTube, Rick Lugo is saying, I heard the advice, draw the action, not the form. I think I know what it means, but I'm not entirely sure.
Well,
Could you
don't
elaborate
don't
on
over
what-
don't overthink it. I mean, you do have to draw the form. Just draw the form doing the action. The action is just finding that gesture that says the action, you know, and then let the form follow. But obviously, I know it's confusing because you can't draw the action without drawing the form, right? Yeah, I get it. So you gotta kind of think of both.
Erica Bay says
Erica Bay.
Erica Bay says the elephant looks so sad.
He is. All
Yes.
right.
His Eeyore turned into an elephant. I don't know how, but I'm now an elephant.
Okay.
Okay.
Shoulder blades right here.
What's your favorite sequence in Sword in the Stone?
That's so specific.
I
I don't
know,
know. I don't
but-
have a favorite sequence. Like, probably the squirrel,
The squirrel bit?
the squirrel bit. Yeah, when the female falls in love with him
Oh, yeah.
and she gets heartbroken
Yep.
and he feels all guilty.
I forgot about that bit, but I do also
The
like
fish
the
bit was good too.
huh?
The fish, when he's turned into animals, I like all
Yeah. All the animal bits are great, but I also love the duel between the Merlin and what was her name?
that. Oh yeah, Madam Mim.
Madam Mint. Yep.
Yeah, she's awesome.
It's crazy how many different transformations they
I know.
put him through. You can only imagine how long it took for him to design all those versions of those characters.
All right.
All right.
Elephants have very weird tails. They're long like this, fleshy. They kind of flatten out, and then on one side, you have this like blade, all these hairs that grow on one blade, and it's kind of long like this. And it comes down and kind of curls like this, and then it grows around. Then on this side, you get just a little bit, and it comes down like this.
Yeah, is there a reason why it's like that?
I don't know, but that's how they grow. On every elephant, they grow like that.
I wonder if it's so the longer side can actually reach their behind,
Maybe.
wagging their tails to keep the flies away.
The perspective seems off on this.
It's crazy how they even have like those thick hairs like within their trunks too.
Here we go. That feels better.
Did you
Yeah.
notice that? Like
Oh, yeah.
it's like it's a little thing. I always thought that they didn't have any hair on the trunk.
No, they've got hair everywhere. Yep. They got the hair everywhere.
Hair everywhere. They got the hair everywhere.
What the hell are you saying?
Just go random. Random mode and game. uh, from the question about the paper animation, when will there be a paper animation tutorial?
Well, we keep going back and forth because there's a lot of people that want it, a lot of people that don't, a lot of people that wanted digital, and the digital won out on this one.
I think we got like
It's pretty close to even, so we're gonna do one. My next course, though, I can tell you guys.
Yeah.
I
think that's what the question was.
Oh, well, it's not going to be paper animation. I've changed it up, especially since our last live event went so well in figure drawing. I'm actually going to be doing a figure drawing course.
With dynamic light?
Dynamic lighting, yes. And it's going to be nudes. So it'll be traditional figure drawing, but with a focus on dynamic lighting. How to show the form, basically, is what I'm trying to say. How to show off the form, well, I'm spinning everywhere, through dynamic lighting, which is something we did in our figure drawing classes. You know, you don't really see the form. The only way you can see the form is through light and shadow, right? That's the only way. And so the more dynamic you can make that, the stronger your figure drawing will be. So I'm going to do a whole course on that.
Oh, from earlier, speaking of Sword in the Stone, Erica Bay says, I got an animation cell from Sword in the Stone of Merlin and War as Fish, signed by Frank and Ollie.
Oh, no kidding. Wow.
That's pretty cool.
I've got a the only old timey collectible I have is I've got a rough drawing of Milk Calls from Sleeping Beauty.
And also from Facebook, do you have a favorite bit of advice the great Glenn Keane has given you?
Loosen up.
Loosen up.
That was the biggest one. He kept driving into my head. Loosen up, boy.
Loosen up.
And once I was able to loosen up, it really opened up the world for me because I sped up and my drawing had a lot more energy to it. But it's funny because you can't really loosen up until you understand what you're drawing. And so the more I got to understand the world around me and the objects I was drawing and loosen up, well, actually, then I was able to loosen up. You know, I was able to, because it was already kind of second nature in my head. When you don't know as well, you find yourself kind of chiseling out these drawings, trying to get them right. But once you, like drawing this elephant, I know the form of the elephant's forms well enough that I can just come in here and just have some fun with it. Yeah, I've got reference in front of me, but that was more about a pose. Loosen up, buddy.
From YouTube, did you also work on Emperor's New Groove?
I did not.
And also from over there, did you ever meet Richard Williams?
No, unfortunately, Richard Williams passed away before I ever got to meet him. I always wanted to meet him. I worked with his son, Alex, for years, but I never got to meet Richard Williams. I worked with him for a couple of years, I should say. Back in the old days.
Back in the old days.
That's the way it is.
On Facebook, who was Bob Clampett?
Bob Clampett.
Bob Clampett.
Animation, man.
Animation. Animation.
Animation.
Animation.
All right, I'm going to work some color into here.
So, from YouTube, is there any specific technique for forwarding the attention of viewer to characters and don't let them get distracted by background?
I have no idea what you just said to me.
Is there any specific techniques to grabbing more attention to the characters, not letting them get distracted by the background?
Absolutely. One of the biggest ones is contrast. You put your characters in, in areas of clarity and let them contrast as much as they can. So your eye goes to the area of interest, which is the area of contrast.
Oh, from YouTube, Mao, it's spelled M-A-O. I do apologize if I'm butchering the name, but just provided a $5 donation to say, hey, Aaron, just want to ask you a question. How did you learn or already know how to draw in a cartoony style?
I didn't.
Referring to a Disney style.
I learned while I was at Disney. Thank you for the donation, by the way. I learned while at Disney. I came into Disney in 1988 and started learning, and that's how it worked. It just took time and practice, and the rest is history.
And the rest is the way the cookie crumbles. What program do you use for drawing?
I'm using Photoshop right now on my Wacom Cintiq 32 Pro.
32 Pro.
Yeah.
Anyone tried painting in Light Brush yet?
I have not.
Uh, back to Facebook. Did Milk Call design all the Jungle Book characters as he mostly focused on Shere Khan?
That I don't know. I really don't know.
That is a very good question.
I'm just trying to get some variation of texture and color. Because one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show the wetness on the elephant. They tend to, the water drips down their sides and makes them dark.
Have you ever used the 2D animation software Krita?
No,
Is it Krita or Krita? It's
Krita.
Krita. Is that's another free to use.
Yes. Cha,
Shaw.
cha, cha.
I really think it'd be interesting to just get all these different free to use softwares for animation and drawing,
Animation.
and just give your own reviews on them, see what how you feel about them.
No,
No?
no.
Oh, come on.
All right. Let's go throw a, oops, that's not what I want. Let's throw a new layer over the top of that. We're going to do a clipping mask.
From Facebook, did you ever go through a breakup? And if so, how did you
What's with all the personal questions
I-
today?
I don't know.
You're breeding them. That's the thing. Go ahead.
You want me to stop?
No, go ahead. I'll answer that
But
one. I just don't ask me religious questions and faith questions. Those are mine. I don't answer those.
It's not. This is not Facebook. But it's just asking, like, if you've been through like something like a breakup, and
Yeah.
and if so, how did you deal with that? Like, did you
Time. It's actually ironic or coincidental actually, that you asked that question. Much like a breakup, I've gone through, my wife passed away. And it was actually 15 years ago today that she passed away. Dustin's mother. She died of breast cancer. She died in my arms on March 11th, 9:30 in the morning. I remember every moment, every second, everything about that day. And you're going to be heartbroken, whether it's a death or a breakup or whatever. You will be heartbroken in some instances forever. But you learn to live with it. You learn to let it be a part of you. Life goes on, and at first you don't want it to go on. You just want it to end. I went through that, and I didn't want to keep going, but I had kids, and I had family, and I had friends, and then, when you go through a breakup, it's the same kind of feeling. You just don't feel like you want to, like nothing matters, nothing tastes, nothing, nothing has anything anymore. But you learn that there's people out there that love you and want you to succeed and want you to be happy, and there's a lot of reason to keep going. And it takes time. Doesn't all happen at once, that's for sure. And but over time, it gets better. It gets easier. You scar over. You know, the pain becomes duller, and you learn to live with it. And you know, I still feel the pain 15 years later, but I've come to love again. I'm engaged to be married again. You learn to live again, and but it takes time, and you just have to let time do what it does, and that's just heal. Time heals everything, and it's just tough. It's tough getting through it. Life is tough. Life is hard, but life is beautiful too. So there you go.
Well said.
So, since we're on the subject, we're raising a toast to Karen Denitis today.
Family. We can make.
Dustin's mother. She was a wonderful woman. 15 years ago, she left the earth, but she's been watching us. She's there. I feel her.
Every time I see a dragonfly, I think of her.
Oh, yeah.
So from YouTube, do you still keep in touch with any of the cast and crew of Brother Bear?
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
And from Facebook, what is your next great adventure?
My next great adventure. Well, I don't know. I mean, as far as just work-wise, we're going to be heading off to Europe soon, and that could turn into a great adventure, depending on what happens.
As far as courses go, there's the dynamic lighting as well as a few other things, and then also there's the workshop that's coming up.
Yeah, the workshop's going to be fun, animating live like that. So this is what the elephants, when they stand in the rain, this is what they look like. Especially if it's been dry, they stay kind of dry underneath, and then the rain just kind of dribbles down on them, and they get dark where they get wet with water.
Which do you say has the best wildlife, Yellowstone or Masai Mara?
Masai Mara. Now, they're completely different.
Yes.
They are completely different. But as far as the just sheer concentration, I think, of wildlife, the Masai Mara has got it.
Yeah, like in Yellowstone, you could drive for a little over an hour and hardly find anything. Meanwhile, in Masai Mara, sure it'll take you maybe an hour or two to get into the park, but once you're in the park, like you drive 10 minutes one direction, 10 minutes another direction, you either see a cheetah or wildebeest or lions or just whatever.
I just got to have a wildebeest.
Just got a wildebeest. And while there, you get to enjoy the Maasai massage.
Yeah, that's the bumpy road.
The bumpy road. That's what you end up calling it, the Maasai massage. No paved roads.
It rattles
whatsoever,
your
just
kidneys
dirt,
right
gravel, and a lot of old trails hardened over time.
I'm gonna lighten that up a bit. There we go.
Any quick pointers for painting fur?
A thing.
A fur.
Yeah, I mean, paint the shapes, the big shapes that the fur makes. Don't paint don't paint individual hairs until you get down to a few details, and even then, you only need a couple accents here and there.
Here and there and everywhere.
Yeah.
And is this shadow or you're painting, or is this water?
That's water. That's water. Kind of. It's been raining, and so let me see if I can do this.
Raindrops are falling on my head.
In my head. Yeah, that's not going to work. I'm going to do something different. So I'm going to combine these.
Can you imagine if the workshop ended up being on April 1st?
Oh, I know. But it won't. Because I'm going to be in Nashville on April 1st.
Oh boy. Watch out.
I'm going to be
for any-
speaking at Lipscomb University April 1st, 2nd, 3rd, I think.
Are you going to attempt a April Fool's joke on stage?
No.
Been a lot funnier if you did.
All right, so I'm going to create some shadows now. Be a lot funnier if you did.
Let me see if I can. Someone is asking, get a. You can see the Cintiq screen to see how big the elephant is. Let me see if I can pull this out here. Back here. Over here. I don't think I got the wire, but this is the best I can do.
You can see how big.
Is
Yeah, there you go. You can see it up there. I get to draw nice and big on my screen.
it's ginormous. Would you have animated Tantor if you worked on Tarzan?
No, I probably would have animated Tarzan.
I can
would've-
see you animating Kerchak.
Or Kerchak, actually. I probably would have pushed to animate Kerchak with Chris, gosh, darn it, I'm forgetting his name, that animated him. I'd like to have worked with him.
Someone's making a request slash question on YouTube. Could there be a short course of different animal poses, but from low and high angle perspectives?
Yeah, we can do stuff like that. I mean, I try to do stuff like that in my animal courses. Once you understand the anatomy, it's not about, it's not it's more learning about the anatomy than it is to learn about poses. The poses will come once you understand the anatomy and the perspective as well. So I can do that, but I'd rather spend more time on getting you to understand the anatomy, because then everything else will fall into place. See?
Did you still use paper shot sheets for your brother bear animation, or was that on computer
No, we still did X sheets, exposure sheets.
exposure sheets?
Yeah, they're called exposure sheets. And we had them all the way through.
Are you going to sell your watercolor? Your
Yes,
the card,
everything's for sale,
even your soul?
even my soul.
Oh wait, no, that one's already been sold.
Well, I ain't using it.
Why, you?
You sold your ever living soul to the devil?
Oh,
Well, it
son.
wasn't used that.
Oh, son, you sold your everlasting soul. We got a man who plays guitar.
Come, come.
Accompaniment.
He knows everybody does that though. That tries to say it.
Yeah.
3 times it comes up in the movie, and everybody can't say it. And nobody can say accompaniment. Accompaniment.
Accompaniment.
No.
I think it's the second time when it's the guy that's trying to look for him and talks to the radio guy.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
love when the radio guy, oh, yep, I remember them.
yeah.
They just made me start thinking of the video that I shared with you the other day.
It's the other day.
I swear, the 2 characters that you have the long workshop, they would be perfect to use that audio for. In Lion King, what scenes did you animate?
I did all of young Nala, and a lot of the stuff in the beginning when Simba is, before they grow up. I did some stuff of Simba as an adult when he comes back in the fight with Scar, but not very much, just a few. But everything of Nala, young Nala, and the elephant graveyard and all that stuff. All that crap.
All that crap.
Just can't wait to be king. Crap.
Erica Bay says,
Hey, Erica Bay.
hey, Erica. Says that Kerchak was done by Bruce Smith.
Bruce Smith, thank you.
And Zonji says a quote from Oh Brother Out There. Damn, we're in a tight spot.
We're in a tight spot.
How's my hair?
My hair.
My hair.
My all-time favorite movie.
I don't get it, Big Dan.
Delmar's the smartest one out of the whole bunch. That's what I loved. He's the most street smart. The sweetest.
And yet the guy
There's always a butterfly around him. You notice that?
And yet the guy who tries to be a leader has
Everett's the dumbest. Yeah, he uses big words, but he's the dumbest.
He's got the words, but not the
He doesn't have the common sense.
And then Pete is
Delmar,
kind of the middle.
Delmar's the sweetest, most faithful, innocent.
Well, been 84 years old. Well, I'll be only 82.
He sees the bright side of everything. I'll only be 82.
Okay, I'm with you, fellas. and I love singing along to the song that he sings in that movie, and it's his voice. That's a great.
Oh, I know. Well, he's the only one out of the 3 of them that sing.
Yeah. We're in the jailhouse now.
We're in the jailhouse now.
Who animated the hyenas in Lion King?
That would be Alex Cooperschmidt and Chris. Was it Chris? No. Shoot, I'm forgetting his name. Ask me on another day. Alex Cooperschmidt and Arg.
And Arg?
And Arg.
I don't remember Arg.
Arg. Arg.
Who was Arg? Was Arg a pirate?
Gosh, I can't remember. You're in the jailhouse now.
Well, I've told you once or twice. Stop playing cards and shooting dice. He's in the jailhouse now.
I can't get that. I can't yodel. Especially now. I can't yodel, folks. I can't yodel. Oh, look at you go, Dustin.
What are the silly symphonies, and what is the purpose of it, Aaron?
The Silly Symphonies.
Silly
The Silly Symphonies, I think,
it's-
were pretty. I think they were mainly for experimental stuff.
When shooting the exposure sheets for multiple characters, do you shoot each character individually? How
Yes.
do you integrate all the characters together in the same shot?
They're layered over each other. You know, back in the day, everything was done on acetate, so you could see through it. But now everything's just composited. Or when we did it on paper before, like on Brother Bear, they'd be scanned and then composited. You know, composited.
Positive. Oh, now, since we've been talking about Oh Brother Where Art Thou, someone asked, Aaron, do you like Lebowski? It is my favorite.
Well, it's funny you say that. My second favorite movie behind Oh Brother Where Art Thou is The Big Lebowski.
The dude at bat.
Yeah, I am. I'm a huge Coen Brothers fan.
I'll never forget the time when it was for our friend Teresa and your sister and my aunt Toby. It was for their birthday, and we all had. They threw a costume party
In Vegas.
in Vegas. I dressed up. I ended up being like a mobster, sort of. Like I got the tux with the wide brim fedora, and Dad, you came in late.
Yep.
But when you came down to see us, you came out as the dude because at the time you had
I had the right
the
hair.
similar length hair, you had the big goatee going on, you had the shades, bathrobe, the whole 9 yards, and you even had the drink in hand. People kept on walking up to him and asking for pictures because they thought they thought he was an attraction.
It was awesome.
It even took me a second glance to be like, "Is that Dad?"
I had to abide.
The dude about
The dude abides. Yodelahee.
If you had a cell from the original Fantasia, which one would you buy or purchase from a friend?
Night on Bald Mountain. Nick.
Oh, does he have that?
Yeah.
Would you ever attempt to draw viewers' characters as a challenge? If not on a live stream or as a Patreon exclusive?
That's a really cool, interesting idea. You're talking about characters that people have designed themselves, or
Yeah, I think
or I
that's-
design people into characters.
I think that's what the idea is drawing viewers I think it's talking about drawing characters that the viewers have made
Yeah.
and attempting to either recreate them or animate them for as a challenge.
I like that idea. Really, I do.
Nick, did the thing. Do you know Andreas Deja?
Deja. Yes,
Deja.
very, very well.
I always almost mess that
I know,
up.
it's
Deja,
yeah.
Deja.
Deja. I think
Sometimes the J is silent, isn't it?
yeah.
Sometimes.
But he's German, so it's not sure how it works. But Andreas is one of the best animators Disney's ever had. He became Mr. Villain. He
Mr.
did
Villain.
Jafar and Scar, Gaston. Those are all his characters.
Would he be interested in Richard Williams stuff?
What's
Andreas Deja? Would he be interested in Richard Williams stuff?
Would he be interested? What do you
I
mean?
think so.
Yeah,
would-
of course.
J is like Y in German. So, yeah, so Deja in German
Deja.
would be Deja.
Deja. There you go.
Deja. So I was technically right the first time.
Yep. I'm liking how this is
Ah,
coming out.
no, on
I
Facebook
know
says
that.
Andreas is actually Polish American, but he grew up in Germany.
Oh, see, I didn't know that. I
Oh.
knew I knew that he grew up in German, but I didn't know he was Polish American. Or Polish.
From YouTube, doesn't Disney keep absolutely everything they have ever worked on with animation in a giant vault or something?
Yes, not absolute everything because I've got some of my stuff, and they every time we finished a movie, they would allow us to keep one or two shots that we animated, as long as they weren't big marketing shots or anything like that. So like when I pull out some of my old animation and I show you guys, it's because Disney allowed me to have them. But they do have a big vault basically where everything is kept.
Oh, we read J's like that in Polish too. Oh, okay. Andreas has struck up a friendship with one of the nine old men, Eric Larson, I think, when he was still a teen.
He did.
Really?
Yep.
That's probably how he got so good.
Andreas
Yeah,
is
they
just a
said.
genius. Andreas is an incredibly amazing. He's just an amazing artist, amazing animator, wonderfully friendly. When I was working in Paris the first time, he was there, and I'd never been out of the country before. This is my early days working for Disney, and Disney sent me to Paris to do some stuff with the studio there, and Andreas was there working with the studio, and he took me under his wing and helped me out each day, and took me out to dinner, and it was just really great.
Erica Bay says, Andreas is amazing. Have you ever seen the sketchbooks he printed? They are wonderful.
Um, I don't know that I have seen the sketchbooks. Have you ever seen his wire sculptures? His wire sculptures are insane.
Just insane.
Yeah. They look like scribbly, like gesture drawings,
Oh, yeah?
but they're three-dimensional. They're wire sculpture.
Insane in the membrane.
Insane in the brain.
Insane in the brain. Will you do anything live while you are in Europe?
Yes.
Any live workshops?
Yes. As a matter of fact, we are looking to do a 3-day. Hopefully, we can do 3-day. We don't know the location yet, but I want to do a 3-day plein air watercolor landscape painting in Austria, up in the mountains. As we know more about it, we'll let you know.
Someone on YouTube is asking, who are the nine old men?
They were the kind of the heads, the leading animators in the early days of Disney. That kind of they they led the way and kind of discovered the Disney style and created it. And many of them were illustrators earlier in their lives, and then came into animation through Walt. But they pioneered it. They pioneered that Disney style, and there was 9 of them.
They're basically the Disney animation gods.
Yeah. pretty much. And so they were just kind of passing away and retiring, and when I came into the industry, so I only got to meet a handful of them. But the people that taught me were taught by them. So we're kind of a third generation animation, or a Disney animation guy.
When you get to Europe, will you be seeing The Hills Are Alive with the Sound of Music?
Yes.
Did the Nine Old Men work on the Snow White all the way to the Rescuers until they retired?
Yes.
Did they work on anything beyond
Not all of
the
them.
Rescuers?
Not all of them. Not all of them.
Not all of them. They just at that point, I'm sure they had more animators and they became more.
Yeah, I mean, so yeah.
But were all nine on board for Snow White?
No, not all nine. I can't remember who was who. Who was on Snow White and who wasn't.
Were there any projects where all nine of them were together on it?
You know what? I don't know. I don't think so.
Zachary Haverlock on Facebook's asking, how are you achieving that smooth transition between colors? I struggle with blending colors in digital painting.
It's looking at your values. Look at the values that and I just do a slow transition in value. Value meaning light and dark.
And Becky Lockley is asking if you're visiting England during your Europe tour.
We will not be visiting England this time.
Dang it!
Unfortunately.
Stephen Marshall says that Walt gave them that nickname after the 9 Supreme Court judges. Really? 9 old men, 9. Yeah. Fascinating. And Arturo Garcia is asking, did you ever meet Jen Kim, the current head of character design?
Yep. I know Jin Kim well.
Is your Betty Betty?
I wouldn't say we're buddy-buddy, but we know each other well, and we've worked together. He's a good, amazing artist.
Angela Harmon on YouTube comments saying, just wanted to drop in and say hi. Always
Hi.
a pleasure.
Hello.
Hello. For the latecomers, what areas in Europe will you be visiting?
We're going to be going into the Netherlands, Amsterdam in the Netherlands, and Einhurst, I think. And then down through Austria, but I'm not sure of the cities. I know we'll be in Vienna for a little bit. But then Berlin, there'll be several days in Berlin in Germany.
Oh, Berlin. Man, I just tried to stretch like this, and I immediately locked up my jaw. And I wasn't even using my jaw; it just locked up out of nowhere.
Stop it.
I don't know how I did it.
Well, just stop it.
Stop stretching. Just stiffen up. Okay. Pulls muscle just by getting up.
Story of my life. I tore a disc in my back turning off my alarm clock.
Did that really happen?
Yep.
Oh, wow. Wait, I think I remember that story. Wasn't it a couple
Yep.
years ago?
That was that was like 20 years ago.
20. Oh, yeah.
I was in good shape too. That's when I was wakeboarding every day and exercising, working out, running like 20 miles a week. Yeah, I rolled over and tore a disc, turning off the alarm clock.
The worst is when I yawn and I accidentally tense up my
Oh,
my
you get
jaw
that
too much,
right here?
and like your whole lower jaw, like right
Yeah,
where
that's
it's
the
next to
worst.
neck, just immediately just locks up and you just
It's the worst.
It's that, and also like right in what is this area, the calf?
Yeah, your
When you
calf.
stretch out, when you point your toes out, and you accidentally
Yeah, you got to pull
tense up your calves,
you got to
and
pull your toes back in.
your muscles just meh,
Meh.
meh. You just feel your tendons like as though they're trying to pull at their tightest. Oh, I've had those so bad I've actually screamed in pain. But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I've kind of got a nice wet looking elephant here.
Do you know what dates you'll be in Austria?
No. It's going to be the end of April, beginning of May, somewhere in there.
Do you guys ride motorcycles? No,
Uh,
better. They ride e-bikes.
I used to have a motorcycle, but not anymore. Now I ride an e-bike.
E-bike. Instead of going vroom vroom, it's it's not even that. All you hear is, and that's just the sound of the wind. There's that one bike though that I accidentally caught your interest on.
Oh, I know, man.
Like it's a super expensive one, but it's got the Guinness World Record of the longest range that anyone's ever ridden an e-bike on. I think it was like 233 miles.
It was awesome.
And because of that, each of this bike comes with a Guinness World Record sticker that you slap onto the side of the bike. And it's a bike that the battery itself has a 200-mile range and can go as fast as up to 50 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Whee! That's an interesting question. If you had one free wish, no matter what would it be?
Ooh, I don't know. That's a tough one. Time manipulation. Being able to change the mistakes I made. I don't know. I don't, because that might end up changing my whole life. Large group.
And speaking earlier about stretching, do you do any particular stretching related to art to avoid carpal tunnels or anything like that?
Nope. That I don't do.
Maybe visit your doctor. My hope doesn't sound painful. It, it only happens very, very rarely, and even then, I know it's usually my own fault because I'm the one that accidentally tenses the muscles up during a stretch, and yeah, all I end up getting is just a really sensitive muscle for the rest of that day. Uh, Are you constantly turning on and off pressure sensitivity? Because I am. When pen pressure sensitivity is on, I find the lines to be very hard, so I only use it for detail parts.
Yeah, it depends on what I need it for.
Someone on Facebook is taking up that wish offer, saying, my wish is endless art supplies."
Yeah, there you go.
That's
That's a good one.
plan. Zoji commented, "Whoa, I was off for like 5 seconds, and there's a whole reflection."
Yeah, look at that.
Ba-bam.
Bam.
Ba-bam. It is quite nice.
There we go. There, see what you can do?
Yes, I believe I do. I do believe see what you do. I was curious if industry vets like Aaron like to watch indie animation shorts. If
Yeah,
so,
I do.
see anything
If it's good.
particularly outstanding recently?
Nothing else. No, I haven't seen anything really great. Unfortunately.
I've seen a few indie animations, and they come out really nice. I remember one. I don't think it's a. I don't know if you really call it indie. It's a. I mean, it was for a music video. Um, but they used it at or the company TV Paint um showed the animation at their booth at CTN a few years ago. And it was for a song. I forgot the name of the band, but I know the name of the song is called "Freak of the Week." And it's the whole band playing and singing, but they're all 2D animated. That the animators use TV Paint to do, and it came out really really neat. Let me see if I can find that. Yeah, it's from a band called Freak Kitchen. From YouTube. Ever petted a full grown bear?
Yes.
Wait, you did.
Grizzly bear at that.
I'm guessing it's at a Disney studio.
Yep.
Brother Bear Study.
Yep.
Nice. Dustin, you should release a whole sound effect package. I'll think about that, Martin. I'll think about it.
Oops.
Have you seen the Cuphead animation on Netflix? I did see a little bit of that, and the animation looks great. Love the animation for it. I like how they kept a similar vibe to that of the game itself. What are your thoughts?
I love it. Yeah. I thought you were answering the question. I love it.
Well, I was giving my 2 cents.
Oh, gotcha.
Let's see if I can replicate this.
I know I only said an hour, but I can't help it.
I can't help it. I'm just so hungry. From Federica Rampanzo, says, Ciao, dall'Italia troppo bello. Hopefully I pronounced it properly. And let me put that through. Basically, hello from Italy.
Hello.
It is, and to Pie Spy from YouTube, who's asking Dustin or Justin, it is Dustin with a D. And what time is it here? It is 2:35. What is the thing you hate drawing the most?
I don't know. I've never thought of drawing in those terms. I've never thought of that. I don't know.
Have you seen the show Arcane on Netflix? And if
Yes.
so, what did you think of the art style?
I love it.
Same. I love the cinematography, especially the wide angle shots.
Yeah. It's insane.
Yeah.
Insane in the membrane.
Inside of the brain. And I love all the choreography and the action sequences. Like that very anime style, but in a very smooth CG form.
Yeah. They got some pretty cool techniques they're using in that.
Yeah. Be really interesting if we or if you do a breakdown on those action sequences, or even just simple animations of your thoughts on the process on them.
Yeah, that'd be fun, actually.
And in fact, I think we talked about that before, doing something like that where we take different animations, whether they're 2D or
First of all, you're going to stop saying animations right now.
animations. Animations. No, I think it'd be a fun YouTube series that we could do.
Yeah, that's a good idea, actually.
Can Dustin do a slide whistle? What's a slide whistle? Like that?
Yeah, they used to do them a lot. They used them a lot in the 30s as sound effects, 30s and 40s radio.
Oh. Oh, that's the kind of whistle where you like push up against your teeth, I think. That's
It's literally a. It goes like
oh yeah,
that.
that too. Some folks are asking if this is the one more thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the one more thing.
I've still got to get the rain in here.
So
Here
that'd be the last
comes the
thing.
rain again.
Raindrops are falling on my feet. What?
Huh?
Huh? Would you consider doing a plein air watercolor weekend in Florida?
Yep. Matter of fact, we're going to be doing it in November,
It dove
right here in our backyard.
right in the big ear.
So buckle up. It's going to be a bumpy ride.
Buckle up, Buttercup. Have you ever tried airbrush painting or spray paint painting?
Yes. I used to do a lot of it back in the 80s.
Oh, real quick, let's go ahead and do the quick promotions because Nick just shared on YouTube the $8
Oh, yeah.
the 8 years $8 or sale, which is most of the courses and just about everything on the site are 30% off, and a couple of those things, which I believe are on the screen here, the painting and watercolor, my animals and birds of Africa custom texture set, all of these on the screen are $8. And this is the last day to get it, so go over there, enjoy, and hope you guys find some stuff that you're looking for. And also, we got the live animation workshop coming on April 9th. If you're interested in being part of that, go over to creatureartteacher.com/live. How was that?
That was awesome.
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 Awesome. Awesome. Do you have a date for the November plein air weekend?
No, not yet.
It's still up in the air. All we know is that it's in Nove, and that's it.
Yeah.
Just going to call November Nove from now on.
Nove.
Just call all the months by their short abbreviations. So September would be Sep.
There you go.
October would be Oct.
Is that how that works?
Yeah. That's the way I make it work. It's my world now.
My world.
What time of day do you like drawing the most?
Morning. There we go. There we go.
And I say you hit your drawing peak at like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock.
Yeah, then I start falling asleep.
Yeah, that's where your drawing hits this 100% mark. It
Yeah.
immediately just
All right. All right. So now we're going to come up to my paintbrushes. We're going to go to water, wet media, rain, snow, and dust.
rain, snow, and
Look at that. I got my rain. Drops keep falling on my head.
What inspired you to start drawing wildlife art?
And wildlife.
And a wildlife?
And wildlife. Look. It's raining.
That was quick. That was easy.
Oops. I did it on the wrong layer.
Would you consider Pinocchio to be a rather dark film?
Yes.
It can be a wee bit dark.
Look at that.
Gorgeous.
Now let's put a layer behind.
That looks absolutely gorgeous, sweetheart.
These brushes are available, by the way, at creatureartteacher.com.
creatureartteacher.com. You can also find similar elephant images that are posed very similar to that on the photo reference pack.
Watch this.
I'm watching.
You ready for this?
No.
Y'all ready for this?
No.
Here we go.
Maybe. I don't know.
I'm gonna come up here.
See what happens.
Watch this.
Oh boy. Stand by for impact.
Look at that.
Raindrops are falling in the water.
Yeah. See there? You're getting little ripples from the rain.
The ripples.
Stuck out in the rain. Look at that.
Bloop, 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 bloop.
And how about this one?
For YouTube, back in the 90s, when I was doing character design for Garfield and Odie, many of us artists took mental breaks and played hacky sack or frisbee. Did you have ways for creative reload while at Disney?
Yeah, we had Rubber Band Wars. And we
My sister and I were human shields at some points whenever we
were.
visited.
and we went out. We play a lot of ping pong,
A lot of practical pranks.
or as they say in China, ping pong.
Ping pong. You guys would do pranks with each other too. But that was even during breaks. It was just even while on the clock, right?
Yeah. There it is. So there's our elephant
Nice.
standing in the rain.
Which movie was scarier for you as a kid? Snow White or Wizard of Oz?
Wizard of Oz. The flying monkeys scared the hell out of me. So there's our quick sketch of our elephant. And here's what I just want to show you how you can change your reference. Here's my reference. And when I saw that starting frame, that's what it felt like. Whoops. That starting frame is the mood that I got. I mean, this image is the mood that I got. And so that's what I wanted to create. It's this guy just kind of hunkered down out in the rain.
Now go ahead and full screen or like zoom in a little bit, just show the textures and all that jazz.
Oh, that jazz.
And all that jazz. Beautiful textures.
And the rain is just a rain brush that I created along with the ripples and the water. I've got a whole set of rain and dust and debris brushes. So you can cheat like I just did.
Cheater! 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 One more thing.
One more thing.
One more thing. Here it is. It's one more thing. Oh my god.
There it is. Stuck out in the rain. All right, guys. Remember, our 8 days, our 8 years, 8 days sale is going on, and it's ending today at creatureartteacher.com. So go on over because you can save 30% on a lot of stuff. A lot of other stuff is just $8. It's crazy.
It's
crazy. But hey, how often do we hit 8 years? Once every 8.
Once.
That's it.
That's it.
You don't even do it once every 8 years.
Nope, it's just the one time.
So there you go. And then also go on over and go to creatureartteacher.com/live so that you can sign up for my next live event, April 9th. So that one's right around the corner. And it's going to be animation, and we're going to be sending out to those who sign up a week ahead of time model sheets and the thumbnails for what I'm going to be animating that day. And you guys can animate along with me. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be lots of class participation.
It's going to be
So anyway, it was fun sitting here drawing with you guys. I hope you enjoyed it, because I certainly did. And until next week, going out there, put some beauty back into the world, and I will see you later. Bye.
Cowboy Bebop.